All right. I am Abigail Buda.
And I'm William Yadrin. And
Um,
we were created this great project uh, because over the summer I was at the USC Institute for Creative Innovations, and I worked with Dr. Nye, who works on AI and tutoring systems with AI. And every day in their daily meetings, I noticed that they were using these agile principles. And I actually learned about it through one of his AI tutoring programs. And I realized that it was closely related to the like classroom small group like work. And so I designed uh, using agile principles for the classroom for a project that we decided to create.
yes. So our unit is all about how communities can prepare for and react to natural disasters, as well as understanding some of the mechanisms behind those natural disasters. We specifically focused on geology and how tectonic plate movement can be related to disasters like earthquakes, volcanoes, tsunamis, and more. Um, So in our unit, we started with our Engage piece, which is an article that students read from about a year after a 2022 volcanic eruption and tsunami in the Tonga region. So students read that article, they notice things that they see, they wonder about things they see, they record those, and then the teacher leads them through a web quest where they get to learn more about that phenomenon event. Once they've completed that, the class together, under the direction of the teacher, will create a driving question board to capture some of the questions that students have about natural disasters and specifically this event in the Tonga region. Then we have some traditional lecture slides explaining how natural disasters happen, specifically related to tectonic plate movement. So we go through layers of the earth, we go through different types of tectonic plates, um, uh, different types of plate boundaries, and then different types of natural disasters, how they work, and how we might prepare for them. And then students get to see a map where they can interact with it to see what types of natural disasters might happen in their region. And from there, they get to learn a little bit about AI and how they might ask AI questions. And I'll pass that back to William.
Mhm. Yeah, so uh, I learned about how to properly use AI and how to prompt it to get the results that you desire. And so we created a short little mini lesson about AI prompting to work with your students and help develop their AI prompting because that's uh, a helpful tool for them in their future. And then we go into the elaborate section, which is where we have a narrative project, which basically they are all parts of uh, the Earth Investigation Detective Agency. And you, as the teacher, will be using these agile principles that I developed some slides to introduce the concept to your students, and then you'll be doing that through the project. There, with agile principles, there's a base of how teams function where everybody's equal and everybody holds each other accountable through three questions. And those three questions are, what did I do yesterday? What did I accomplish yesterday? What do I accomplish today? And what were any problems or obstacles that I might have had in doing those things? And each team member discusses that together in part of their daily routine to help strengthen their team and help develop their projects that they work through. And so within the Elaborate, there's going to be two phases. There's going to be a phase for research and development about the natural disaster that they or region that they're going to be experimenting on. And then they're going to be doing a product where they develop four products, which will be related to either a global news briefing, which will be like a digital presentation or simple report. It'll be an impact story, which is a video or podcast. It will, or they could choose the tectonic model and safety plan, which is like a physical diorama style model and explanation. or they could do the community action plan, which is a poster or brochure that they would develop for this. And then within the process, it's a lot like the engineering design principles where they have peer feedback and refinement, and then they'll revise that. And then when we get into the evaluation part of the lesson, they will present their final projects to the entire class and get feedback about that. Or and just then there's also a reflection piece where they go over and talk about the process, how they worked as a team, and they work through those things. And so they also there's a rubric for all four of the different projects that are called so that you could evaluate their assess. And there's also a peer feedback sheet for them to give their peers feedback on what they did.
In addition to the wrap up of the project, we also had a traditional quiz for students to take. That way, you can collect data on how your students have grown and what they have learned through this project. We hope that this is applicable for lots of different teachers, especially science and engineering teachers. And we hope that if you use it in your classroom, that it's beneficial for you and your students. Thank you.
Thank you.